Hello, everyone. I wanted to do a quick reading to check in again on the budget bill, like the big, awful bill. So of course it went through the House, and so the stats are now it cut $700 billion from Medicaid, $500 billion from Medicare, SNAP benefits by about $300 billion, and has $3.8 trillion in tax cuts for the rich, of course, the wealthiest. And it increases the debt by more than $3 trillion over 10 years, which maybe could be turned around once we have all the Dems in both chambers, but as the majority. But anyway, I want to see, will this big bill, will it pass through the Senate and with all those drastic cuts? Right there. I don't know if I should be reading this as Trump or a little, as Lori calls him over at the Way of Positive Change, Elf on the Shelf, Mikey Johnson. Here's the card of commitment. Yeah, I think we could read it both ways. Well, if it's Mikey Johnson, he's committed to Trump, commitment to Trump, commitment to the House. Yeah. But anyway, let's keep going, because we'll get more. And this could just be the man, Ooh, that's interesting here. Yeah, something's wrong with the man, that's for sure. The fraud, the lying, the cheating, the guilt. Oh my goodness, the snake, the clouds. Okay. But I'm asking whether or not it'll pass. This doesn't look good for passing, because it's too much money. Okay. Now this would actually be the House. Oops. I don't know who the woman is. We could look at her as just being the receptive energy. Yeah, good old white boys club there. Let's see, let me just keep going. Oh my goodness. This would be both chambers of... Okay, so now this would be the Senate. So the House, the Senate. Okay. If I had kept going, we do... Well, I've got room. Hold on, I just got to move these crystals out of the way. Almost a grand tableau here. Okay. Thought this was going to be a short reading, but let's get everything we can, because I doubt I'll have time to read on it again before they get to their deadline. But I think it's July 4th, so maybe I'm wrong about. But anyway, when the decision comes, this is what the cards are about. So okay, this is the commitment to Trump. This is Mikey Johnson trying to get him everything that was on his list. It's out into the public. People see him as the fraud that he is, both of them. Well, okay. Let me just stick right here with this 9 box. So he's guilty. The public sees Trump as being the guilty person that is complicating everything and betraying all of us. And, the scam artist, Don the Con, the scam artist. Because the star card's over here, we've got another little bit of Elon that is still giving him trouble. Maybe he's saying things on Twitter. I don't know. Then again, maybe not, because he's definitely afraid of losing his government contracts. But it could be that it's hidden. But these two cards together are always Elon and Starlink. So that's kind of in the background there. But will they actually pass it? If I go with all the cards here, the mountain blocks something that's really important that has to do with the money being spent, the funds, allocated and all of that. They're talking a lot about that. There's stress about that. If I take it with the four corners here, the bouquet, it's an offer. So this would be the Senate with the text of the bill, but the coming up with a new offer, I think. Yeah, because we've got the child here. The Senate will bring through an improved offer in regards to the money, the financial allocations. Again, here's our Senate card. So with the bracketing around here, the Senate will bring through a new offer, and that will have everything to do with trying to protect things that are hidden, maybe. Yeah, there could be secrets about it, but money, power, and protection is what the bear is all about. The two protective cards in the Lenormand are the bear and the dog, and we have both here. So there's a little bit, just a small amount of I think this is both chambers coming together to minimize, to make a small change. But I don't see it passing. So, yeah, with the movement going, okay, yeah, I don't need to break this all down and give you a big old lesson in the meanings of the cards. What I'm seeing here, there could be an important woman who brings out the connections to the dark money interests and I would think if it's anyone, it's Elizabeth Warren, because she does. Yeah, it's got to be Elizabeth Warren, because she does her research. She's all about protecting the United States, and she does. She's been in government for quite some time. Yeah, I do think it's Elizabeth Warren, and I do think that there's going to be an important block to the solution because it's too much money. Okay. So I don't see it going through the way that they're proposing in the House. The Senate is going to make changes, and I think it. Let's see. Let me ask from a different angle. Is it going to be? Let me use this deck here. Is it going to be a lot better or just a little better for people on Medicaid, Medicare, SNAP? To what degree will we be benefited or not hurt as badly? It's going to be a lot better or just a little bit? There. Okay, the commitment, the contract, the loyalty. With the arch white, let me get the rest of Pandora's box isn't good. Yeah, I gotta move these up a little bit. There we go. Okay, and isolated a little. Oh, isolating from the isolate. There is no wisdom in the GOP House. That's for darn sure. So I know, but they're talking. Yeah, let's see. Let me keep going. I feel like I'm just talking to myself right now. Well, I am until I get it uploaded and you guys see this. It's so weird doing these readings by myself. It's so much more fun with you guys in a live stream. There we go. Okay. So, big or small amount. I don't have the child card or the mice to show minimizing. What I see is, well, they're trying to hide something. There's success if they can get through, they can get past, well, there's success with with a change. There's both of these cards have to do with change. But you have to do something to get past that threshold with the archway. And you have to let go of some things that you don't want. You have to let go of some things you did want in order to cross over the threshold. I do have the child card here. So yeah, successful with, I think, not hurting children as much, and successful but not to a lesser degree. There's changes that are smaller to the public to keep from isolating themselves from the public, because if they piss off their constituents too much, they know that they are not going to make it in the primaries. I mean, the primaries, what am I saying? The midterms. They're thinking of the midterms is what's going on. They're hiding their darkness. They're trying to hide their darkness. So there's a kind of smoke and mirrors offer that, they're realizing they have to change, but it's not going to be a lot. It won't be anything majorly big, or huge. Yeah, but the lights, it's going to come out what they're doing. Everything's going to come out with this sun and Pandora's box. That everything will be revealed. There's going to be so much talking, social media talking about the actual, the hiding. I mean, my goodness, the confusion with the clouds, it brings in something, they're detached from the heart. Things are uncertain and things just aren't clear. They're vague. They're trying to be vague. The good old white boys club is trying to be vague. It's going to be vague when it comes to, with the lilies, this is, elderly. So this has to do with Medicare. So I think there's going to be something hidden about taken away from Medicare that may slowly come out, or a slow change. These cards mirroring each other, a slow change to the commitment into Medicare that I think they're going to take away from Medicare a bit. But it's not a lot. It's not a lot. If I had the fish, there would be a lot. Let me take another layer around just for... Can't say shits and giggles with this one. It's no fun at all. Hourglass over time. Time's a wasting. Okay. Yeah. Opportunities to be clear. Yeah, this is important. Has to do with their reputation, and they don't really have any honor, but they don't want to be seen as hurting their constituents. They want to hide it, is what they want to do. They want the subterfuge to. They're going to hide it. But there's going to be important changes soon, because they realize they don't want to waste too much time, and it's going to move forward. And but there are going to be cuts, I think, from two different agencies. And with these other cards here, I feel like it is Medicare and Medicaid, and probably a little bit with SNAP too. I think it's going to be a little bit of reduction on everything. And they're hiding the things that they're really wanting to cut. There might be some hidden text in there, but you know, they're not going to be in there forever, and things can be changed once we get once with midterms things change, especially with the House reps. This card also has to do with families. So there are cuts to Medicare, Medicaid. If they do too much, elderly people in nursing homes would be out in the streets. So I don't think they're going to do that. They want to. I can tell they want to, and they don't really care. Some of them, most of them. But yeah. And I keep feeling Elizabeth Warren was some solution of some type, even though we didn't have the man or the woman code. But this spread, the question was, will it be a small or a big change? And it looks to me like it's small. Yeah. Small amounts from all departments is what I'm getting here. So, okay, I guess we'll just wait and see. Meanwhile, sending you guys lots of love as always, and hope you're taking real good care. Bye.